Hello friends, I'm Snigdha Kakkad and this is my YouTube channel AccelerateAI.careers. So this is the fourth chapter to my complete playlist for generative AI and second chapter to my NLP playlist, which is targeted to help you start at a beginner's level, become acquainted with the theoretical as well as practical applications in this field. We'll also do hands-on projects in parallel. I'll urge you to have your laptop on the side and work with me alongside. These will not just be Jupyter Notebook project, they would be deployed real time along with me. In this particular session, I'm going to start with some text pre-processing techniques used in NLP as they also form a basis for generative AI techniques. The first technique which we are going to look at in this particular video is tokenization. So let's get going. If you like my sessions, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. It will keep me motivated to make more videos and more playlists to help you out. If you feel that I should prioritize some essential topics which are of your interest, please mention them in the comments. Let us begin our learning journey. So now, I'm going to continue our discussion in natural language pre-processing techniques, starting with the basic terminologies used in NLP. Why these terminologies is important is because I'm going to use them in the next set of videos quite frequently. And if you go through any of the NLP books or podcast or any of the sessions you follow, you would see these lingos or keywords being used quite often. So we'll go through these terminologies with some examples. So first of all, corpus. Corpus is any paragraph or any set of sentences given to you in a text. Documents. So when you break down those paragraphs and sentences, those sentences are called documents. Vocabulary. So any set of unique words which formulate a part of your corpus or sentences is called vocabulary. Basically, the stress should be here on unique words. There's no repetition there. Now, words, all the words in your sentences or your paragraphs or corpus categorize as words. So these are the basic four terminologies. Now let's look at the technique called tokenization. Now, what's tokenization? Let us explain this with an example. Say, suppose we have a corpus of sentences as shown here. My name is Snigdha Kakkad, and this is my YouTube channel, Accelerate.ai Careers. I love to learn new technologies and teach them to my friends and peers. I'm passionate about AI, ML, and deep learning. Say, suppose our corpus comprises of just these sentences, okay? So the first tokenization you want to do is breaking down this paragraph into sentences, which is your next step. And what would be the output? It would be discrete sentences, which would be broken down at certain characters such as full stop, exclamation mark, question mark, and the output would be something like this. You would have 4 different sentences. My name is Snigdha Kakkad. This is my YouTube channel, Accelerate.ai Careers. I love to learn new technologies and teach them to my friends and peers. And fourth would be, I am passionate about AI, ML, and deep learning. Now, if you further tokenize it, like you break down the sentences into words, then you would have a unique set of all the words. If a word, say, my is getting repeated 5 times, then it will come as 5 times. So that comprises your entire words out of your corpus or your sentences. It is very important to understand that sentences can also be a token, a word can also be a token. And there are several ways further to pre-process this text and clean the text. So let's look at the next step. Say, suppose we have the words, like it was written in the prior slide, and you want to get the vocabulary out of it. So what does vocabulary mean? You remove the repetition, you get the unique set out of all the words. So say, suppose this entire words list had 35 words. Now when you do a unique on it, then you would get 28 unique words. I hope that clarifies how tokenization works, what corpus is, how do you apply tokenization to a corpus to generate sentences. Then further, how do you generate words out of those sentences through further tokenization? Or you can directly apply tokenization on corpus to generate words. And then how do you generate unique set of words, that is vocabulary, out of your words? So now let's look at this in practice. So open your Jupyter notebooks and follow me throughout the session. So now we have looked at the theoretical concept behind tokenization. Let's look at it in practice. So open your Jupyter notebook and execute your cells along with me. I will also attach the GitHub link within, and you can use my own notebook here for your reference. So first of all, we would need to download the essential libraries we need, which would be NLTK library here. But you can also do any kind of natural language preprocessing using NLTK or Spacey Python libraries. You can just Google them, find more about them. And there's a small homework here for you. Find out the differences between NLTK and Spacey Python libraries, which one is better in what ways, and which one do you prefer. Paste it in the comments here. So let's begin. So first of all, we will just install NLTK here. You can do it using your command line or your terminal, or you can do it here directly with me. Once you have installed NLTK, so let's start with one example. So I have taken a small corpus here. Hello friends, you are here in Accelerate AI Careers YouTube channel. Please do hands-on practice with me in parallel. And please watch my entire playlist to become an expert in NLP and Gen AI. So this is a small corpus or a small paragraph we have. Now let's print the corpus first. And as you can see, it prints this out quite nicely. Once done, then you can import sent tokenize from nltk.tokenize. So basically, it will convert paragraphs of this corpus into sentences. So let's see how it does it. So we just input our corpus as a parameter in sent tokenize, and then if we recall documents here, you can see 3 sentences there. And if you check the type for documents, you would see that it's a list. So basically, it's a list comprising of all the sentences which are generated out of your corpus. So your sentence tokenization has been done. Now you can also print them using a for loop as done here. Now, you can also tokenize your corpus directly to words, or you can tokenize your sentences generated to words using a function called word tokenize. So just apply, after importing, just apply word tokenize to corpus, and you can see how the words have been generated. Pay a close attention to the characters such as full stop, exclamation mark, full stop. They have been treated as separate words. But if you see in a post of here, Accelerate AI, it has been treated as a common word. So how do you correct it? If you want it to be treated as a separate word. Now first you can print sentences. You can also do word tokenization using a for loop on your sentences as well. So instead of just printing your sentences, you can run word tokenize on them first and then print them out. And that's how it tokenizes. If you see here, Accelerate a post of AI is as such, it is being treated as a unique word, as a single word. Post of it here is not being treated as a separate word. So to handle it, call word punct tokenize function from nltk.tokenize and apply it to your corpus. Once you apply it to your corpus, you can see here that Accelerate a post of AI are being treated as 3 separate words. So your punctuation marks are being treated as separate words. Now there is another interesting function which is called tree bank word tokenizer. Let's see how it works differently. And we call it here. So we need to initialize the tokenizer first. It's a very important thing. You need to see how we are initializing and how we are applying it to corpus. You will be using it when you are, applying bigger models, etc. to your text. Even though it's a small function, but it is a beginning of your big programs. So you initialize the tokenizer and then you apply it to your corpus. And if you see here, how it is different from word punct tokenize is that it is not separating any of your apostrophes, even though it is separating your comma and treating it as a separate word, exclamation mark as a separate word, but your full stops are being treated as a single word with the prior word. The only full stop which it will treat as a separate word would be the last word in the sentence. So that is the basic difference between word punct tokenizer and tree bank word tokenizer. The word punct tokenizer treats every punctuation mark as a separate word, whereas tree bank word tokenizer treats only the last punctuation mark as a separate word, or otherwise it will treat them as a combination with the word prior to them. I hope that clarifies. I would like you to research more on different kind of tokenizers. Mention them in the comments here. Let me know which tokenizer you prefer to use on your text, and we'll take it further with next preprocessing techniques in the next video. Thank you so much for sticking around with this. If you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe my channel to motivate me to make more. And we will be looking at the next pre-processing techniques in this playlist going further. Thank you.